your USP. Answer the most difficult reader objection most people struggle with to answer. Why should your potential customer or reader buy from you? You have got to get to the place where when your customer is reading this, that they understand why they should buy from you and not from somebody else. A lot of people really get stuck on this. They don't see themselves as having anything different. And a lot of the times they really don't have anything different. So how do you go from there? If basically your product is the same as everybody else, how can you still come up with a unique selling proposition? Well, you can do that within your sales copy, and I'm going to show you that here in just a few minutes. But you got to think about the benefit of your product. Think about that first. Developing your USP, know what your product is and it does for your customer. Make sure you know your product. If you don't know it, I don't know how anybody else is going to discover what it is if you don't yourself. You're the one that knows it. You developed it, or you bought a PLR product that you've investigated and you've got to know. Make sure you get to know it and know what that does for your customers. And basically, especially if you bought something, that a PLR that you're changing and offering to somebody else as your own product, you better have used it or better have know what that can do for you, because what it can do for you is also what it's going to be able to do for your customers. Understand what the benefits are. Know the gains it will provide for your reader. Keep asking so understand those benefits, not the features. Every time you start thinking of a feature or a benefit, go back and ask yourself, can you still say so to that? And if you continue to say so, keep on rewriting that and turning it into more of a benefit and the benefit of those features until you can't say so to that anymore, until you say, okay, that's good. What is your unique selling proposition that makes you stand out from the crowd? Something that you're going to be able to use that you can offer to the crowd that your competition doesn't. Perhaps it's something like you've got a number of years as a personal consultant. So if you're offering a coaching program, even if it wasn't in the same niche that you were, but you have a number of years as a personal consultant, maybe offline or whatever, that you can use to your benefit. Maybe advising business owners on the best use of their products. Can your competitions claim the same amount of professional expertise as you can? Write down a full description of your personal experiences and your company's background, or the company that you're starting online. Is there something there that your competition just can't match? Really dig deep and look into that. Take everything you know above and create a powerful headline that will convince or persuade your reader to take the action that you want them to take. And there's some things that you can, to help you to come up with a unique selling proposition. First, you got to know what you're selling. Write down what your product is and what it does. So make sure that you understand that product. Second of all, you need to know what the benefit of that product is going to be to the customer. What kind of pains does it cure? What kind of gain is your customer going to be able to get from your product if they were to buy it? Those are the kind of things that you need to know, the benefits of it. Third, you need to understand what's unique about that product. What's unique about you? What makes you stand out from the competition above everybody else? And just keep on working through those things until you can really see yourself being separated from the rest of the field, or the rest of your competition. There's got to be something that is convincing to the reader for them to be able to convince themselves that they need to be able to do business with you instead of somebody else. And basically the last thing that you really need to do is just summarize all the above into one tight, phrase or a headline and stuff that is going to get somebody else to say, this is something different. This is something that I need to continue to read through. You just need to present yourself, your product, or your company in a way that is perceived as being unique by the one reading. Unique selling proposition that is perceived as a different example. Now, we're going to be talking here about some different ways that you can go about creating a perceived USP, because a lot of people just cannot figure out what is different about them over top of everybody else. And a lot of times when you look at the products and stuff, you say, okay, this is something different. And think about when you're buying a private label right product. A lot of times people have the same product, and a lot of people just plain and simple don't change anything. They just send it out there. So, and then they get the sales copy. That is, a lot of times they use the same sales copy. They never change anything. So what can you do to stand out when you've got the same thing as somebody else? Well, this first one here, let's talk about this first one that I wrote here. It says, I can help you increase your sales page conversion 1 to 3% or higher. Now, what if everybody says something like that on their sales page? They got the same product and that's what they're saying. Are they going to be perceived as being any different? Not at all, because they're going to be the exact same thing. Now, let's write it a little bit different and say, I can help you stop losing potential customers to your competition by helping you increase your sales page conversion by 1 to 3% or even higher. Now, did I say anything different really? Not really. When you sit there and look at those two, basically what you said is I'm going to help you get higher conversions, 1 to 3% or higher conversions on your sales page. Both of them, if that person gets higher conversions, are going to stop losing potential customers to their competition because more of them are going to convert. So you really did not say anything different. But will the one that is reading it perceive it to be different than the one that they just read that says, I can help you increase your sales page conversion? They're going to, because what they're going to see is, oh, well, this guy here, though, can help me stop losing my potential customers. Well, so can the first guy, but he didn't say that. He just said, I'm going to help you get better conversions. Where you're saying, you're basically telling them the benefit of what the getting higher conversions is going to be. You're going to stop losing potential customers. So when you read the two, just the wording alone and what you chose to insert in there gave you a unique selling proposition, because the first guy is not going to help you stop losing customers, at least in the mind. They didn't mention it, so that's not even going to enter into the person's mind that's reading it. The second person here, wow, they're better than the first guy, because they're not only going to help me get better conversions, but they're going to help me stop losing potential customers. Wow, this is the guy I got to stick with. So let's do a headline example with both of those unique selling propositions for the identical product. So you got the identical product. Now we're going to write a headline using that, what we had up top. So we start up for the first guy, might come up with simple and proven home run copywriting methods that will allow you to increase your sales page conversions by 1 to 3% or higher. Got a benefit in there. It's not a really strong one here, and neither one of these headlines that I wrote here are probably the greatest headline, but that first one there, it's basically said exactly what we said up top. They're going to help you increase your conversions. Now let's write a second one with the second guy. Discover how to stop losing your potential customers. Already you're thinking something completely different than just getting higher conversion to your competition just by following these simple and proven step-by-step home run copywriting methods that will allow you to increase your sales page conversion by 1 to 3% or higher. Now you might be able to take that and write it a little bit different to make it a little bit less wordy than that. But overall, that's not too bad. And look what we've got going on here. All of a sudden, this guy is going to do something a whole lot different than what the first person is, at least as we perceive it to be. They're going to show us how to stop losing our potential customers, and they're basically going to show us also how to beat our competition, because they're going to stop losing your potential customers to your competition. So now they're saying, wow, they're going to help me stop losing customers, start beating the competition out, and they're also, we've added in there, by following the simple and proven step-by-step home run copywriting methods. The first person just said they're going to just teach you these copywriting methods, simple and proven. But now all of a sudden, what did you do? You've got the same exact course, but you just told them, I've got a blueprint for you to follow, the step-by-step process. Do you want to just learn a bunch of simple and proven methods, or do you want to learn simple and proven step-by-step home run copywriting methods? As you're going through this, both of these are the exact same course. They're going to teach the exact same thing. The only difference is we're perceiving it to be different now. We're going to perceive it to be not losing customers, beating out the competition. It's going to be easier. It's going to be a step-by-step. I'm probably going to learn a whole lot easier. and it's going to allow us to increase your sales page conversion by 1 to 3% or higher. And that's basically all we were telling them that we're going to get. They're going to get out of this is better conversions. But with those conversions, you just laden it with a lot of better benefits to them, and they perceive it to being different now. All right, after we get done with our headline, we're going to move into the Dear So-and-so section. This section is open. You talk about problems the readers may be facing. You start relating yourself to them, and you really enforce the pain they feel from this problem. You can use a drop cap as like we showed above, right there with the big T there. Below this, that's the HTML, the coding and stuff that you need to create that T. Basically, you can see here's the T here, and it goes on with the HIS, and this is all going to drop that, put that big capital T right there. And basically what that does, it helps you to